Okay, now we're just going to walk through. So we did the leaders not loaded. I call them loaded or not loaded. That's having or not having a lure on it. So I'll show you how the Leader Keeper works with a lure. And it's the same process. It's just that you have a fly in it now. And the couple things you have to just be aware of is that if you put a fly on there, it has to be able to go through the loop. So, you can get a pretty decent fly through the loops, but you just got to keep that in mind. And that's the same when you're trying to put this on your floating line or your sinking line. It's got to be able to go through the loop of the fly line. Okay, so just keep that in mind. So this is one of my partially loaded Leader Keepers, and I'm going to load another fly in here in a second. But just to show you the way that the hooks get caught into the lock, the way that the locking mechanism is designed, there's clearance below this little locking ring here that allows the hook to sit into it, so you can put a decent sized hook into the track. So this little streamer here is already loaded. So what you would do is, if I was finishing my leader here, I would just take this hook and I would just slide it next to the O-ring, and I would slide it down, and now that is locked in place. Just like this little nymph and this little dry fly here are all positioned next to the O-ring, that lock ring, and that's what holds it in place. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you the same process with another dry fly I have on some 6X, and again, same convention. I load everything relative to the laser engraving. So this streamer here is on some 3X tippet. So basically this is my 3X, 4X, 5X, and 6X. So my 6X is a very small dry fly. So again, loading it the same way, put my fingers through the positioning hole here, keeping track of where the recesses are. And now I'm just going to grab my knot here, and I'm just going to put it between my index finger and my thumb, and I'm just going to start winding around this track. So it's the exact same process as the other one. The only difference now is that you're locking the line next to the lock ring, but you're also locking the hook in the ring as well. So the process is exactly the same. So now I got about 9 inches of line here. So what we'll do is we'll just continue winding it. And now remember, we're just going to move this and put this line, or this particular one, the hook through the loop. And we're going to pull it in the opposite direction. That'll put the loop into the track. And then we're going to come forward, go over the O-ring, lock ring, and then pull it down, and you hear it snap in. So right now you can see if I pull, it's got some resistance. It's in place. So I'm just going to continue this around, and I'm just going to take it now, and I'm going to take the hook, and I'm just going to slide it next to the O-ring, and then that locks that fly in place and locks the tippet in place and the leader in place. So that's how you would load a loaded leader on the Leader Keeper. Until the next time, hope to see you on the river.